So let's start the party.
Okay, and let me see. We've got a few that showed up. We're glad that you did. Dr. Revis, go ahead and just start off.
Okay, well, welcome to our final class session, and it's going to be really informal tonight. I'm glad to see each and every one of you here, and I've just been amazed at how the work has just started flowing in, kind of overwhelming at times, Dr. Stedman.
It has been.
But we're getting things reviewed and scored just as quickly as we can, because we're excited to get you on your way here. And I know that several of you are already looking into your next course. And I think, Dr. Stedman, that it's my C12 class where I've got to go back in and re-upload some of those materials. So has anybody in my C4 class tried to open up any of the materials for 603?
Okay, I'm going to ask all of you to try and just let Dr. Revis and me know if we need to go. And what happens, I can't answer why it happens, but what happens is I actually designed the classes, and then there's a course transfer that takes place. And somehow in the course transfer, something happens sometime, and we don't know it, until you let us know that I can't tell you why it happens or how it happens, but it does. So, but we can fix it.
And I will start working on that after our class this evening.
Yeah. But and Dr. Revis, I want to say the same thing. The work that is coming in is just it's really great work. Overall, I think that our we've still got just a very handful of scores left out there, but the scores that have come in, I think we've done very well.
I have been very pleased. Very pleased.
We do need to, if there, for whatever reason, if there were some things, okay, that was a chat. Revis, look at that chat and see if it was something for everybody. But again, overall, it has been great. I will tell you that and this has happened just a few times, when you submit your internship logs for our review, there's for whatever reason, there's two places it could go, and some of you are going to the place where I think it's just for. Dr. Revis, I can't answer why there's two places there, but anyway, you need to go to your DRF folio where you submitted your competencies for review, and scroll down to the bottom, and that's the same place that you need to put. Now, that 3 or 4 have gotten it in another location, and what I've done, I've been able to find it there, and it's where that Dr. Revis, it's where it, the lock is come on it and show, and I think that's for comments or something like that. I really can't explain why 2 of them are there. That's the creation of all of this. That's beyond my understanding. But I would ask you to, if that's the case, and I would send I sent a message to some of you. I went ahead and approved it, but I said you need to take that and transfer it to your DRF folio page, only because somebody else might not know it's there like I know it's there, or Dr. Revis knows it's there. And you don't want a problem next semester when whoever is doing what we're doing now looks and can't find it. So just make sure that if that applies to you, that you do put it in the right place. I call it the right place because I think that's where it should be. And again, I can't tell you why there's two things there. Sometimes it doesn't make sense, but I don't make all the rules. So we have to we have to live with what we got sometime. But it's been a great semester. It's been a great, it's been a great roller coaster ride, because that's what I feel like we've been on, since for 15 weeks now. And, but you have grown by leaps, literally leaps and bounds. I have seen, remember that first day when Dr. Revis and I were talking, and I said, take your teacher hat off and put your principal hat on, take your teacher glasses off, put your principal glasses on. Well, guess what? I've seen it happen. The language of how you even went from the Apsel to the Aptel, the language of how you wrote even matured. So I could tell that there was a great understanding of the direction that you were going in, and so I'm very encouraged. I will say that, I've told you before, Dr. Revis and I told you to be prepared for Dr. Lamb. Dr. Lamb is not as bad as he sounds. I promise you he's not. He tries to come across that way. Dr. Lamb is just, he's a big teddy bear and tries to come across that way. So he expects a lot, but you will, if you end up in his class, you will thoroughly enjoy him. His war stories are, I can listen to them all over again, over and over and over again, because he has some war stories to tell, but they're all relevant. He loves everything about this master's program, but his true love is law and finance, and he's good at it. So, and he's got some people that he's trained. They've trained under him. They had to work under him before he would release them to teach these classes. So he's got some good people that you're going to be working with other than him, but you're going to enjoy 603. You're really going to enjoy 603. And I was talking to Kalisha before everybody came on board, and I asked her, and she said she agreed. You can already see where 603 is taking you in an entirely new direction. And this is a direction that, for the most part, most of you're going to be in uncharted territory as far as the work that you've done. You could relate to the Apsel because that's student learning, and that's what you do anyway. You could relate to teacher leadership and teacher empowerment because, for the most part, many of you were there or have been there just most recently. So that was, but where you're headed now, even if you are a beginning administrator, you're going to learn so much about things that are going to make your job so much more relevant and so much more, you're going to understand it so much better. This course will really change you in a lot of ways after you've been through it. The case studies that you're going to do are there. He has strategically put some challenging case studies in there, and they are challenging. And I will tell you, he meant what he said, and he's trained the others to do it. They do. They try to eat you alive on that first one because they is that first one is like going into the first 6 weeks of boot camp in the Army. They got to make you tough for the rest of them. But when you come out of it, what you learn and what you glean from all that experience will honestly take you to a new level. I've taught 603 before, and I taught with Dr. Lamb. I co-taught with him before with 603, and I can tell you, I had been a principal. I had been at the superintendent's level, and I learned things from Dr. Lamb. He is very knowledgeable about things. So you're in for a good ride next semester. Get started on this work as soon as you can. I was talking to Kalisha, and Dr. Revis, chime in when you want to on this too. what I would suggest, and this may be old school, but it works. There's so many moving pieces in 603. I would say take each of those discussion board activities, and I think there's 6 of them. And I would get me a file folder and I would label it, whatever it is, and gather documents for each one of them. There's lots of stuff that will go with each one of them that will help you. And, as you think about stuff, take journal and put stuff in there so that when you get ready to complete that assignment, you've got a lot of stuff. I would do that and I would do my case studies as well, and identify the theme of those case studies. And as you are looking at school law, and as you are doing some things related to finance as it relates to some of those, you can say, oh, this one looks good for this particular case study, that kind of, and start putting your stuff in there. And when you get ready to work with your groups, because the group work, your peer groups really do some dynamic work with these case studies. You'll have a lot of stuff that you'll already have in place to work with. So I would just say organization and, thinking ahead and planning is going to be very important as you're doing the activities and the discussion boards that you've got to do. Remembering what Dr. Revis told you last week, you've got all that to do, but you've got 2 evidences that you've got to do as well. And the OMA is a big one. The OMA is a big one. And there's a lot of stuff that goes with the organizational management analysis, a lot of stuff, but you're going to learn a lot. I promise you. Dr. Revis?
Well, you're going to learn a lot about your school that you didn't know, because you're going to do a thorough analysis of all these systems within your school. And I hope you'll enjoy that. And you'll do an analysis, but it is a big undertaking, but it's very doable. But just pace yourself and know that you're going to have to spend some time in this class. You may have to be spending a little bit more time than what you did in 601 with us, because you do have a lot more coursework and your artifact evidence work. So, we would love to hear from you if anybody feels comfortable enough. And I hope everyone's done their feedback evaluation through Gardner Webb. We, as instructors, we do get that information, and Dr. Lamb goes over that with us. Now, he has high expectations for his students, but guess what? He has high expectations for the instructors in the program too. So if you've not done that, if the window's still open, I hope you will go do that, because we do go over that feedback. And, I look at it as growth, an opportunity for growth. But if any of you want to talk to us about something that you feel like we could have done differently, or you wished it was structured a little bit differently, there's some things we can change and some things we can't, but we would like to hear any feedback from you at this point, if you feel comfortable sharing that with us. Don't all jump at once.
I'll share.
Okay, yeah, you can go ahead first.
So for me, it's the support. Without, I think, your support and your guidance, I don't think I would have been diligent enough to complete assignments and tasks on time, or have the confidence in myself to be successful. So that meant a lot, because I came in afraid, terrified, something I've always wanted to do for a long time now. And it's like, okay, this is the time that I'm gonna do it. And what is it going to be? Am I going to be super overwhelmed? Am I going to think, what were you thinking, Trico? But you all did not provide that. You provided us with guidance. I felt like mama and daddy, you were taking good care of us. So I really do appreciate that. And that is just an honor, because my first master's program was none of that. It was you sink or swim alone, and that was it. So I truly believe you want us to be successful.
Thank you for that, Trico. And you know what? I like that analogy, mom and daddy. I like that. I'll be your daddy.
Okay, thank you.
And as you move through the program, you will see why that Dr. Lamb has assigned us to 601. Because it is that gradual release. And not that you're not going to have that support. Don't forget, you have a coach. And you go to your coach when you have questions on those evidence artifacts. Okay.
Yeah, so I was just going to echo what she said. I just really appreciate all the support that you guys provided us this semester. I really appreciate that you set high expectations for us as students, because I could really feel myself like rising to meet those expectations. But even though you guys had high expectations, you also offered the needed support so that we could be successful. So I felt like the high expectations really helped me grow, but also the support piece was there. And I just really appreciate it.
Thanks, Sarah. And Sarah, Sarah's principal, Dr. Leonhardt, actually I was his dissertation chair all through his entire doctoral program to become Dr. Leonhardt. So he probably told you that we would work hard.
Yeah, and he tells me to tell you hi as well, and thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sarah. Anybody else?
Okay, Racine and Jennifer have their hands raised, both of them. So either
Okay.
one.
I'll go, if you don't mind.
Okay.
First of all, I want to say thank you for pairing us with a Zoom team, because I don't think that Team 2 would have been as successful as we were, Team 2, if we didn't have each other. And we connected from the very beginning, and we've made true and real friendships. We are in 2 different states. We are all over the state, but yet we connect and we talk constantly and we support each other. So I really think that's a fantastic thing for this class to start off with and to maintain, because that support was just, I don't know where I would be without it. So I really want to thank you guys for doing that. I think that is an amazing aspect of the course, but also for your support and your feedback. Both of you, I've reached out to both of you several times, and I do really appreciate you. And, you know, I know sometimes I can be a little bit, you know, I overanalyze things. So I thank you for answering my questions when I had several of them. But yeah, your support, and then also the team, the Zoom teams, I think were fantastic, because I've made some great friends out of Team 2. So thank you.
Thank you for that, Jennifer. And I will tell you, I hope that, I don't know what it's going to look like at the end, but they don't do a graduation at the end of the summer, do they, Dr. Revis? Not anymore.
No.
So whenever your group will finish, but you will be offered an opportunity in December to come for, you know, for the certificate. And this is, you know, and I hope we're behind COVID, and you know, we're ahead of all of that, and we don't have to worry about that at that time. But this is an opportunity that many of you get to come and to spend the weekend and meet each other face to face for the first time. And, you know, when things are normal, we look forward to being able to see you and to meet your families, and to, you know, to be able. So I hope that, you know, whenever you get that opportunity, that all of you will take advantage of that and just say, well, this is my weekend, and I'm going to go meet everybody face to face. It's fun. We
Trust
have
me.
fun.
We've already planned it. We're gonna get an Airbnb. We've got the wine. We are
wonderful.
ready. Don't you
Great.
worry. Okay, we've got
great.
it.
That's great. And Dr. Revis and I will plan to be there and be a part of it as well. So
Absolutely. Yep. Thank you.
Racine?
So I want to echo what everyone has said about the amazing support coming from both of you, and that goes in line with what I wanted to share as a true benefit from your setup this semester. I think communication was outstanding. If I wasn't getting an email from Dr. Revis, I was getting one from Dr. Stedman. And either way, it was the same communication coming with reminders. I appreciated the Zoom links that were on record. So if we did happen to miss one of the sessions, we were able to go back and watch it. And that was really critical at the beginning of the school year when everything was hectic. I also appreciated the fact that you had coaching sessions, and while they eventually kind of got scaffolded away, which was fine, it was a great piece to have at the very beginning of the program. Whatever we may have missed on Tuesday, even if we sat for the whole hour, we may have missed that one piece, it came back around on Thursday. So that was a great way to get me started with all of the evidences. So I really think you guys had a wonderful system going. You do have a great connection as a team. Hopefully get to continue to work together, because it worked out very well for this semester, and just keep that communication going for the next set of students too.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Racine.
Racine.
Okay, Latasha.
Yes, sir. I'd just like to piggyback off of Trika. Yeah, you guys are like mom and dad, and you'll get in our behinds when we need that little, get that little picker up or kick up. You'll give it to us. I really appreciate you guys. And actually, I want to say my Zoom members as well. I appreciate them too. I talked to Natasha here and there, and Damien, and my Zoom team. And whether they know it or not, they really have been giving me encouragement, and you guys as well, because it has been a rough road. And I can't express more than enough. Just thank you so much.
You are welcome, Latasha.
Thank you, Latasha. I had one of the candidates almost drop out about 3.5, 4 weeks ago. And had it not been for the support of her Zoom team, I think she probably would have dropped. So I understand what you're saying, and I'm really glad that you guys have connected and made build those relationships and that extra support system. It means so much.
It does.
A lot of life has happened for a lot of you. You've had, sicknesses and deaths in your family, and it's been a semester full of ups and downs for you personally, and having that extra support is so good during times like that.
That's right. Damien.
Yes, I just want to piggyback and say thank you. I really appreciate everything. And I heard what Latasha said, that, we really making the connection. And I appreciate it for her giving me a shout out. I mean, I even having a Christmas present for her young man that I used to hear on the phone all the time in the background. And like I said, it feels like a family here.
Good.
Thanks, Damien. Latasha, I'm going to tell something on you. Latasha and I talked just recently, and I found out something. First of all, thank the good Lord, her child had an accident, her 2-year-old, and almost lost her eye, but she's doing well now. So Latasha's been dealing with a lot. But Latasha, you said you have 5 children, Latasha?
Yes, sir.
5 children. And the oldest is how old?
18. He's a freshman at WSSU.
And how old is the baby?
2.
She started all over again. She told me, she said that was her oops baby. See, but this is what I like, guys. We, even though it's been virtual, we learn so much about each other, and you really don't know how much a part of our lives that you become. I've been doing this for 9 years now, and I still have students from that first semester that I taught that communicate with me, or they'll still ask for a reference, on a new job, or if something happens major in their lives, they're still reaching out and saying, just wanted to share this with you, Dr. Stedman. So, we want the same thing from you. Please connect with us and let us know all the good things that are going to be happening for you, because there are some great things ahead for you.
let me just say this, and I can't remember whose email it was, asking about an elementary teacher, I believe, any applicants. Who was that? That sent us an email to see who to touch base with.
Go ahead and talk, and I will tell you in a minute.
Anyway,
Was it
I looked the
Allison?
names up.
Was it
If it's
Allison?
elementary, contact Dr. Lane Wesson, Wesson, and Donna Suttles. They are the people who, Donna works exclusively with student teacher candidates. And so she may be able to give you some good, some names. I can't remember who emailed
Dr.
that.
Lamb actually reached back out, and one of those people reached out to Dr. Lamb, and I think it was Allison that sent that email. I think it was Allison. But anyway, it's there in Lord knows the county before after Charlotte. What is it, Dr. Revis? There's Charlotte going towards Gardner Webb. What is the next county? Guess where? Gaston County. Where
Gastonia.
Gaston is.
Yeah.
Gaston isn't that Gaston County? Anyway,
I think so.
that's where she was saying that they needed an elementary, a third grade teacher immediately in January. They were hiring now for January. So you know anybody? Of course, I know every school is looking for teachers, pretty much. So
Well, Donna Settles, and I worked with her last spring, doing that student teaching supervising experience, and she has all the student teachers, and so she would know if anybody is ready to graduate.
right, okay. But I think it was Allison. I don't think she's with us tonight.
Okay, I'll send her an email.
I remember seeing that. Okay.
Any other comments?
Is there anything anybody needs at this point from Dr. Revis or me? Anything else that you would need to ask us?
I just wanted to say thank you to Dr. Revis. This is Cherie Feimster. You have stuck with me, and the time that I thought you were going to give me a green flag, when I was like, "Now come on, you can tell me if let me pass on through this." And every email, "I'm sorry, Cherie, you're not there." So I greatly appreciate your steadfastness of just like making me do the right thing, making me see it through, and not halfway curving the ball. And my Zoom team was amazing because it was nights where I'd be like, "Y'all gotta help me," because she keeps telling me no, and I don't know what the yes is. So I thank you, Dr. Revis, for that.
And Cherie, what did you get on that aptal? Didn't you get a
Good old
score?
4 out of 4. You better believe it. It was hard work. I'm telling you, it pays off. And I was just like, I'm gonna get through this. And I thank you for your patience, because it takes a very called person to work with adults, not only children. So I thank you for your patience with that.
Well, you're quite welcome, and you've been a pleasure to work with, Cherie. The thing about it is, you know, Dr. Stedman and I was a state evaluator for a long time, for about 4 years. That's all I did. And then I got back into the instruction. So, you know, when we tell you you need to do this, we're not telling you that just to be mean. We're telling you that because we know what the evaluators are going to look for. Okay.
Right.
And think about this. As an evaluator, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on stuff. I'm not going to hunt for things. You have to make sure when you're doing your evidence work, you have to make sure that you're reading that rubric, unpacking that rubric, and that if it's in that rubric, it's got to be very obvious and evident in your work.
That's right. That's good.
So,
And
yeah,
Cherie, that was a high compliment to Dr. Revis. Cherie, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Solomon?
Yes, I don't have a comment. I mean, thank you guys for everything. However, I do have a
I saw
question.
your hand raised, yeah.
Yeah, for the internship log,
Uh-huh.
how specific are you guys wanting us for the activities part? Do you want it like real specific, or can I just say, sat in on an interview process or something very simple like that?
That's all you need to say, Solomon.
Okay, and also with that as well, so like when I included like the PLCs that I facilitated, can I combine all of those into one line with one set of hours, or do you need it specific?
No, I would put them together, wouldn't you, Dr. Revis?
Either way,
Either-
either way is fine with me.
Okay.
Thank you.
A lot of people like to just do it chronologically, and that's fine. Carolyn?
Hi. No, I've just been reflecting the past few days about this experience, and I wasn't looking to go into admin. It was one of those things that I was asked to do, and it was at the time where I thought God was saying, okay, this is the next right thing for you. And I just kind of had to just run in place really to kind of figure things out as I go. But going through this process of the APSL and the APTEL this semester has really kind of helped me see how you can't skip steps. You can't just come up with, oh, I think this is the problem and this is what we need to do. You really have to kind of start with that research. You have to investigate. You have to look at the data because in the long run, if you just grab an idea and go with it, you could actually do more harm for your school than you could do good. So I feel like as crazy as it's been with my schedule, and I've had several tragic things happen in the family too, that going through this was the right thing and at the right time. And I do want to say thank you to both Dr. Stedman and Dr. Revis to have people of your caliber leading us. It just helps you build that confidence. And, I know that we're going to be okay through the next two classes, and that, there's a plan on this journey. And I feel like I'm so much more prepared now than I was back in July when I started this role. And I appreciate that. I really do. And I appreciate the two ladies on my Zoom team, Trico and Tanya. Just so you know, they went out of their way and met twice for that case study too, Zoom meeting, because I wasn't able to make the first one. And I just really felt like that was going far above, what anybody was asked to do. And I just so appreciated that.
Thanks, Carolyn. And Carolyn, I will say that, being your instructor, after this semester dealing with what you've dealt with, you can handle almost anything, because it has been an unreal semester for you dealing with your family situations, and you're still in our thoughts and prayers. So
thank you. I appreciate that.
And
Kristen?
Dr. Stedman, Carolyn and I have known each other. How long, Carolyn?
Okay, you're on mute.
I started, I guess, in Henderson County in 1990. So it's been a while.
It's been a while. I've watched her as a teacher grow, and then snatched her up as an instructional coach. And you did that for quite a while.
10 years, yes.
Yeah. So I was so happy to see you in the program and making that transition to administration, Carolyn.
Right.
You're gonna be awesome.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it, Dr. Revis.
Okay, Kristen?
Hey everyone. I just wanted to say that there's been probably several times where I was about ready to jump ship, and I was like, what have I got myself into? A newly empty nester, our kids are in college, and now I've added something onto my plate, and I'm in a new school district, a new school, and my Zoom team and the support from both of you has helped me tremendously. And my husband has taken over every house duty known to mankind. So thank you to him as well, even though he's not on this. But yeah, so I've learned a lot and it's been worth it. So I know we can do this. I am a little nervous about next semester with Dr. Lamb. So I may be emailing Dr. Revis and Dr. Stedman for
Yes.
some support.
And we're
But thank you all.
we're a phone call away too, Kristen. So just know.
Okay. Well, we appreciate you. And our Zoom team was going back and forth today. Are we going to class, not going to class? And we really felt like we needed to come to class tonight to say thank you to you guys, definitely. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Denise?
Kristen. And I have seen you
Okay.
grow unbelievably in your leadership.
I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm trying to separate that counselor and leadership stuff. So I'm getting better every day. I feel like it. Thank you. I appreciate that compliment.
Kanisha?
Hi, I have a question and a comment.
Okay.
My first question is, when does the spring semester actually start?
Dr. Lamb said, I think he said that it would be January the 12th, didn't he, Dr. Revis?
Yeah.
January the
That's
12th.
yeah. January 12th, Wednesday, January the 12th. It will actually start. Do all 603 classes meet on Wednesday?
That's what he said.
Okay. It'll be January the 12th. And that your course shell should be up and going by January the 3rd to 5th. Okay.
My other comment, and Dr. Stedman, you know this, I've said this in many video things. I have wanted to quit this program every week. That we did every week. I would sit there and talk to my PLC people, my administrator. I would go talk to her every week, and I'm like, okay, this is the week I'm gonna quit. And she would just laugh every time I said that. And it got to the point that she would see me at the door. She's like, why are you quitting this week? Okay, yeah, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. What do you need? Okay, great. Now go get it done. And so it got done. But I do want to tell you both, thank you for your guidance. I know Dr. Revis, we went kind of back and forth on that portfolio, but it's done now and it's great.
You got it.
Yeah, just thank you guys for your patience and your willing to work and nurture and coddle some of us, because I promised, like I said, I was going to quit every week, but I didn't. I'm still here.
Well, I'm glad you hung in there, Kanisha.
Me too, Kanisha. Okay, Evangela.
Yes, I just want to thank you too for being approachable and available at all times. I know Dr. Revis, even though you weren't my personal instructor, I told you to save my telephone number so you would know when I call.
No, I didn't save your number.
Dr. Stedman, you reminded me of how much a positive comment goes a long ways to a student, because I look forward to seeing those positive comments from you. Like, I was like, yes, I nailed it. Like, it made me feel like my hard work was paying off, because, you know, I wanted to quit at the beginning. I think it was around task 2 when I had about to submit my work and everything had got deleted. I was like, there's no way I'm writing 20-some pages over. Gardner Webb can just have that money, because I am quitting this class. You talked me off that ledge quickly. And I appreciate my team. Emily, she and I think we probably talk every day through text, and it may not even been about school related stuff, just life in general. Sarah and everyone else was always so encouraging. Also too, I was able to reunite with one of my college friends from UNCG. We had not spoken in almost 20 years, and we reunited through this class as if we had never lost a beat. So thank you all, and keep your emails and phones available, because I will be reaching out to you.
Thanks, Evangela. Great. Natasha?
Yes, I would just like to thank you, Dr. Revis and Dr. Stedman. Dr. Stedman, I know I emailed you every day.
That was all right.
And he was just always so prompt and so polite. And whenever I needed Dr. Revis, she was there as well. And just juggling work and motherhood, and half the time I'm carrying my laptop around the house. That's why my screen is always off, because I'm bathing my little ones and listening to class. But I made all of my classes every Tuesday, but it was worth it because you guys always gave us, all the information we needed and more. And I really do appreciate you guys, and I wish you guys could say our professors.
Thank you. Thank
But
you.
That's the
thank
ultimate
you.
compliment, Natasha. Thank you.
Yes.
Amanda?
Dr. Revis, thank you so much for pushing me like every week. I never said I wanted to quit, but I thoroughly appreciate it because I wanted to quit. I would just sit here and wonder what in the world I had gotten myself into. And I keep saying, I don't even want to be a principal. I don't even know what, like, God has a reason I'm here. And I'm not really sure what it is, but you are definitely a part of that journey. Thank you for pushing me to always be more. My school's gone through some leadership changes, and you guys both have been constant leaders to show me what a good leader is. So thank you.
Thank you, Amanda. I appreciate those kind words. And yeah, I did push you a little bit, but you did it.
And I greatly appreciate it. I needed a push.
I just want to chime in and just tell you all thank you as well. This is Ursula. I will have to say I really appreciate the both of you for being so understanding. I didn't think I was going to make it through this course. I've been at a school that has been dumped on, dumped out of, emptied out, new admin left and right, new teachers. I didn't think I was going to have anything to write about. This course really pushed me to that limit with the second part of the course because of so many changes at my school. I just didn't think I was going to be able to write anything, very frustrated. And then I didn't want to seem like I didn't know what I was doing. So I was afraid to reach out at times. But when I did, it was very, very helpful from both of you. Dr. Stedman really encouraged me. Even at the beginning, I didn't know how to approach Dr. Revis at first. And he encouraged me. And I was like, okay. He said, no, he said, she's fine. Go just reach out and talk to her, And once I did, I really did connect. And she was very understandable, very understanding, I should say, and very just outright compassionate. Not very forceful, but at the same time, saying, come on, you got to get it done, and I do appreciate that because I felt like, okay, we're here now. I was one of those that wanted to quit every week as well. I was like, I just can't do it. Life is just happening right now. And it's just too hard right now. There's too many things going on outside. But as I kept hearing you, Dr. Stedman, each week you kept saying, if y'all just keep coming back, if you just keep coming back. And so each week I would keep that in my mind, just keep coming back, hang in there. It's going to be okay. And after we made it through that first evidence, I was like, oh my God, we really made it. I was like, okay, we can do this, so I just appreciate both of you. And I kind of wanted to just say that out loud. I know I sent a message and everything like that, but just to let you know, we do appreciate you and all the effort and hard work that you put into this course, the time that you spend with us, the advice that you give us, the listening ear. We truly appreciate it. I have to give my shout out to my team as well. Our Zoom team really rocked. We really built a great bond together, just sharing our experiences. It really shows us what's going on. That was really helpful in just seeing what was going on at the different schools around us. It put me in the sight of just knowing that you're not alone. These same things that you're experiencing are happening other places and you're not alone. So I truly appreciate that as well. So thank you all. I definitely will be reaching back out because I really trust your and value your opinions as well as your expertise. So I really want to say thank you.
And Ursula, we're almost neighbors anyway. I live in St. Paul's and you're in the Fayetteville area, Hope Mills, Fayetteville area. And I actually church in Fayetteville, so I'm in Fayetteville a lot anyway. So
Okay, so Ursula, you have been a pleasure to work with. And I always enjoy talking with you because you pick me up too. I've got to show you my little basketball player here.
Yay.
All right, run on.
Thank you, Dr. Revis. I appreciate you all.
Dr. Stedman, I can say this, it felt good today at work, not to try to figure out, do I have anything else to turn in my class?
Or
I was in the same place, right with there with you, Evangela.
It just felt so good.
Okay,
I was like, oh my God.
okay, but
you-
here's Mama. Now listen to Mama.
I feel like you
gotten
guys
used to working, right? I don't want you to work as hard as you've been working, but now is a really good time to get a head start on some of that 603 work. Since you're in that routine and that rhythm.
I would take advantage of it. I mean, you can slow down a little bit, but I wouldn't slow down completely. I would keep some momentum going, and while you're in that mode, you can get a lot done.
I don't know if anybody has ever.
So happy.
Go ahead, Evangel.
No, I was just saying my students were so happy. I showed them all my grades that I had all. They have told everyone in the school. So they were saying we got to have a party for me to finish them with all 100. I was like, yes, hard work pays off.
I don't know if anybody's ever told you guys, but you guys are like personal trainers. Like the whole time we're going through all this, y'all like yelling at us, like but motivating at the same time. And then, okay, now we need to work on this. So the next week you can come in here, we're gonna yell at you some more, but then we're gonna encourage you, then we're gonna reevaluate, and then we're gonna yell at you some more. And so
Well, that's good. I'm glad you see us as personal trainers. That we've been called many other names other than
I
that.
probably been called some that I don't want to hear.
Me too.
I promise it was like that one time I tried to do P90X. Me and Tony had a love-hate relationship. I know he was there to help me get in shape, but me and I hated Tony. He was like already in great shape, and he was over there just doing all these push-ups and stuff like it was no problem, and I'm struggling to get 2, and he over there trying to motivate me, and I'm looking at him, and he looking at me. And we just looking at each other. I'm like, I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. But then he's like, okay, well, let's modify. Let's do this. Let's do this. I was like, okay.
Oh, me.
Well, guys, we certainly have enjoyed getting to know you and building relationships with you. I usually end up working with one class at least in the summer, and maybe I will have some of you. If not, then I surely will. I surely hope you will touch base with me and let me know how you are and how you're doing through the program. But it's a blessing to me. I feel like being an educator, a teacher is a calling. And regardless of what I've done, whether it's been a teacher or an elementary principal, a high school principal, assistant superintendent, I feel like I've always been a teacher. And it is my calling. And so I just wish you the best and have a great holiday season and Christmas break and Godspeed.
Okay. And then my sentiments as well. And enjoy your family. But again, get some 603 done.
You just had to throw that in there.
I had to throw that in there. That was for well, anyway, it was for all of you. It was Kanisha, not Kanisha. Anyway, whoever had the personal trainer. Anyway, well, good night, guys, and we'll be around if you need us. Thank you for everything. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Have a good holidays.
Thank you.
you.
You too.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Yes, definitely a personal trainer. So you had to put that one in your
Yeah,
head.
yeah, that's it. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, yes. But thank you guys for real.
Thank you.
I won't quit next semester either. But if I do, I promise I'm gonna email you and be like, talk me off the
We'll,
ledge because
we'll,
it's
we'll
about to
talk.
happen.
We'll talk you off the ledge. We promise we will.
All right.
Good
Enjoy
night,
your
Dr. Stedman.
Okay. Bye bye.